Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Your host Arif Jangi once again with the program Community Talk. And today we are discussing a very important matter. That's we all know that the COVID-19 is significantly changed our life and is creating a lot of fear in the society as well. Although there is a vaccine is already come and the government is trying their best to vaccinate all the people one by one, and definitely the front workers are the first one who can take that vaccine. So today we will also discuss an important matter that you all know that Roman Bauer is removed from the caucus of the Ontario government, and that's an important matter. There a lot of discussion is going on in the community, so we will discuss with our two important guests we invited today for this program as well. But there's another matter that I want to bring in front of our guests, that the long-term care is an important matter of the society, because those people are, our seniors are the peoples who give a lot of development to this country, and they need our help in this need time. So I have invited two very important guests to discuss all this matter in Community Talk today. MPP Khalid Rashid, we all know him. He's one of the MPP that who care his community, irrespective of ethnicity, language, religion, and every part of the people like him, and he giving all the information that related to the COVID-19. And my another guest, Tanya Granick-Allen, people know them very well. She is the counterpart, hosting nowadays counterpart in Forum News channel, and she is also an educator of the parents' rights as well as the family values. Welcome, Tanya, once again to the Community Talk.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so as I discussed in the intro as well, that I will start with the MPP Khalid Rashid, is because he's the government person and they know inside lot about the COVID-19. And Khalid, first tell me that we are over 700,000 people are up till now infected, and I know that over 608K people are already recovered, but 17,850 people are dead from the disease. But the important thing is that the people's, one of the things people are complaining that the vaccination process is very slow. So that's one of the critics is going on and we are the slowest in all the province. That's one of the critics is coming, and somebody sent me today this question that please ask with MPP Khalid.
No, first of all, thank you, Arif, for having me on your show, and it's a pleasure to see my good friend Tanya as well too, after a long time. And to your question, Arif, the issue is that if you see over 200,000 individuals have been vaccinated so far in this province. I mean, yes, there was a time period during the Christmas time when there was a delay, but right now, as you can see, over 200,000 people have been vaccinated, but also we have started this mass vaccination in the province, especially in Toronto, as of this morning. Now, when we talk about COVID, I mean, COVID is something, it's a global health crisis. A lot of time people think COVID as, or this crisis as 2008 when we had the financial meltdown. I always said that was a financial, this is more of a healthcare crisis. And every government in this world is doing their very best. Now, as you know, we are expecting a slight shortage of vaccines in this province in coming days. Even the chief medical officer said this morning that we may have only Pfizer vaccines up till Friday. Again, as Prime Minister Justin Trudeau last week mentioned that there is a slight delay on the Pfizer end, but again, as a province, whatever vaccines we have, we are going in full steam, and hopefully, God willing, we will be able to vaccinate all the individuals who want to be vaccinated.
Thank you, Tanya. So government performance in front of us, and we are as a critic, and you are also the part of one of the news channel as well. So how you see the performance of the government at this stage during the COVID-19, where there are several issues is going on. Number one, small businesses are suffered a lot. peoples are, last week we have the peoples in the rally come out that against this curfew, and the peoples are coming out, they are raising their voices as well. How you see that really peoples, do you think that this is justified to make a curfew overnight and make a strict curfew suggestions, decisions type of thing in Ontario?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for that question. In my new role as host of Counterpoint on the News Forum, I've had the ability to meet and interview with doctors, with journalists, theorists, long-term care, palliative care doctors, health management professionals, things like this. And from what I've seen with COVID is that, at the very beginning in March, in those first weeks, I was definitely very concerned about this virus. We saw horrible photos coming and horrible news stories from China, from Italy. I had to have a surgery actually when COVID first started. And, I was very concerned, even when a lot of the healthcare professionals around me weren't, yet wearing masks and gloves. I was doing all those things because I was very concerned. We didn't have data then, but now we do have data. And as you've seen, we've seen many journalists who have expressed that, or people are analyzing the numbers and saying, the numbers, in terms of ICU capacities, in terms of what our spikes are looking like. Yeah, it's a very serious virus. It's very serious. I don't wish it upon anyone. But the ICU capacities, which we keep hearing about, are at pretty much the levels they were in general every year after year. There's a reason Doug Ford coined that term hallway healthcare years ago, because hallway healthcare has been with us for a long time. I interviewed Dr. Sean Watley, the former head of Ontario Medical Association, and he and I had a very good chat about how overcapacity and overcrowding in our emergencies and our ICUs is a chronic problem. You don't believe me? Go to Brampton. Talk to the mayor there. Go to any emergency room on a good day, let alone one when we have an outbreak of flu, or in this case, in COVID-19, and we will see they are very crowded. We've had a long-term health management issue that we should have rapidly ameliorated since last March. And my concern is we should not be having the same problems where we're concerned about ICU capacity. I thought we were going to increase it by 1,500 beds. Well, we need to see those beds, and we need to not be in the same situation with the second wave.
Thank you, Tanya. Khalid, I come back to you because this is one of the questions that people also want to listen from you as well, because you are the part of the Ontario government and the MPP from Conservative Ontario. So the small businesses, there are a lot of concerns is going on, because the big businesses maybe not hurt too much, but the small businesses are hurt really badly, because the Costco is open, Walmart is open, their online business is going on. You can take any name of a big businesses, but the small shop which is in the malls, and 70% of the malls shops which are small business peoples are there, they are closed, or either the board is there is written lease. So I am really is a desperate situation for the small business people. And this strict situation where you put the strict curfew, do you think is really justified?
Arif, actually, honestly, when I look at the small businesses, believe me, I talk to at least a dozen, 2 dozen people a day, individuals a day, especially our small businesses. And of course, this pandemic has hurt a lot of businesses out there, and I'm not here to say that small businesses are not suffering, but during this time, I would say like all levels of government have come forward to support our small businesses. Just on Friday, the Ontario government launched a program where small businesses can get up to $20,000 grant, and it's a grant, it's not a loan. And then again, the federal government is pitching in as well too. Look, this is something, this virus or COVID-19 pandemic, or I would say the virus, we are still learning quite a bit about it. It keeps changing somewhat like on a daily basis from time to time. And again, I was speaking to one of the doctors not too long ago, and they said that, look, Khalid, this is something that we are still examining. We are still trying to figure it out. Do we have 100% control on this virus? Absolutely not. So as you must have heard from Dr. David William, from time to time as well too, that they are looking at this on a day-to-day basis. And I can assure the people of this province that we are taking this thing very seriously. And the most important thing here is the life of the people of this province. And you cannot, and no good conscience can play on the lives of the people of this province.
I come back to you, Tanya. There's a number of people in the world who think that this is just a fake. COVID-19 is a fake, and they really understand that, and they don't care about COVID-19. Especially in our neighboring country, US, you will see a lot of people are there who don't care about the COVID-19. I know that they are in the most high number of COVID-19 patients are there actually. But even though there's a lot of people are there, so there's one thoughtful thoughts is going on in the society is that we have a Y2K is coming, everything is dangerous, data, this and that, and then comes terrorism, 9/11, terrorism everywhere, terrorism create a fear in the society. So Y2K fear, then terrorism fear, or now this COVID-19 fear. Do you think that the peoples are really creating this fear in the societies is a fake, or this is a natural?
Well, no, I believe the coronavirus, the COVID-19 is, yes, of course it's real. It's a very real virus. Yes, people have died from it. And yes, people are in ICUs with it. It is a serious virus, and I don't wish it upon my worst enemy. I don't want anybody to get sick, but this is part of the reality of life. You know, there will be sickness and there will be death. That is a natural part of life. So of course, what we can do to avoid it, absolutely. But what we're not talking about, and to your point about the lockdown, is are lockdowns the answer? Have lockdowns successfully curbed the spread of transmission? And I've spoken to doctors and said, no, absolutely not. Lockdowns do not help curb the spread of transmission. We've heard reports from the Sick Kids Hospital here in Ontario, in Toronto, where the Hospital for Sick Children suggested children should be in school. Why is Ontario the only province where children are not in school? Every other province they're in school. Why Ontario? You know, there are people, concerned about COVID all across the country. The medical officers of health across this country are concerned, but in Ontario, we don't put our kids in school. Sick Kids Hospital recommended that they go in school and actually unmasked. And we have simply dropped the ball. So one thing I need to ask is, where's the consideration for those children, for their mental health? You know, we haven't seen the numbers spike like we have seen in those ages 70 plus. Well, if we know the children are at a lower reduced risk class, then why are we not allowing them, for their mental health, for their safety, for their well-being, to continue in class, to do what they normally do? The mental health challenges with young people are through the roof. The suicide rates are through the roof. And one thing I know is you're right, there's a lot of fear. But I think we need to manage that fear better. I think when we look at where there are spikes, it is in the long-term care homes. And we should protect the long-term care homes. And I know you have more questions on this, but this is where we should apply the bulk of our resources. I don't think locking a 5-year-old in their home saying you can't leave for essential services unless it's an essential trip is healthy. I don't think telling a 5-year-old, okay, you can go on this toboggan hill, but God forbid you put on skis on that hill, because that would be wrong. You can't go skiing, but you can go tobogganing. It makes no sense. Even a 5-year-old would understand that. So I think Canadians in general, especially in Ontario, we are very trusting. We have good faith in our government. Canadians are very agreeable people. We want to help each other out. We want to do the best possible we can for each of our neighbors. But sometimes, and I think in this case, we're starting to question, and it's been questioning for several months, these things just don't seem to make sense. In Ontario, we don't have a fixed curfew, but we have pretty much a stay-at-home order that you can't leave your house unless it's necessary. So why can't I go? Why can I go out to the store where there are hundreds of people packed into a Costco, but I can't go into the local sports store to pick my child up a set of skates? It makes no sense.
Let me take a break, and when we come back, we have to discuss the Roman Baber, why he was removed from the caucus, and we have to also discuss the long-term care, that what is their future as well.
When we first arrived in Canada, I was in my 6th month of pregnancy. We did not have anybody we know here.
I could see her struggle and I could feel her feelings. Seeing the baby the first time, we had a feeling that he's like my sister's baby.
At the beginning, like Osama was my brother's friend, but now he's my best friend.
It's hard to pay back to them what they did for us. We go and share time together, and part of sharing time, sharing food.
कोविड-19 का हल सिर्फ आपके पास है। घर पर रहें और अगर आपको बुखार या दूसरी अलामत है तो दूसरों से दूर रहें। बाहर के अफराद से 2 मीटर का फासला रखें, चाहे वो खानदान के हों या करीबी दोस्त। ऑफिस और पब्लिक प्लेसेस पर मास्क पहने, वक्फे से हाथ धोएं, ऑनलाइन सेल्फ असेसमेंट करें और जरूरत पड़ने पर टेस्ट करवाएं। फैलाव की रोकथाम के लिए हमारा फर्ज अभी मुकम्मल नहीं हुआ। हम एक दूसरे के ताउन से सबकी हिफाजत यकीनी बना सकते हैं। मजीद जानने के लिए ontario.ca/coronavirus पर विजिट कीजिए।
Injuries not only impact you, but also people around you. Life is better than this. Let's get your life back. The injury lawyers at Alam Law will use their years of experience to handle your claim so that you can focus on your recovery. And remember, you don't pay until we win. Alam Law.
खातिर दूर देश से प्यार लिए, प्यारों का इजहार लिए, आए ढेरों सौगातें खुशियों के लम्हात में, अपनों का पैगाम लिए, क्या क्या तोहफे लाए हम आपकी खातिर।
In collaboration with Toronto 360 TV, Tohfe.com is now delivering gifts to over 200 cities of Pakistan. Order online to get amazing discounts. Use code CAN360, CAN360. or call 647-291-3707, 647-243-4243.
Thinking of buying, selling or investing in real estate, whether it be residential, commercial or pre-construction, Arshad Bhatti and his team of professionals can help. We have guaranteed allocations in high-rise and low-rise pre-construction projects in and around the GTA. Call Arshad Bhatti at 416-300-5600. That's 416-300-5600 or register at arshadbhatti.com.
Team Farhan, mortgage solutions designed for you. 15-year experience of mortgage services. Customized mortgage solutions as per your need. Commercial, residential, construction and agricultural mortgage. Our lowest mortgage rate.
At Team Farhan, we're here for all your mortgage needs.
Team Farhan को एक दफा खिदमत का जरूर मौका दीजिएगा. And this is my personal promise to you, you will not be disappointed.
At Team Farhan, we have a mortgage solution designed for you.
416-569-9294 or log on to www.teamfarhan.com.
अपने प्यारों को बुलाइए, कनाडा में बसाइए with ICC Immigration. मुस्तकबिल संवारे आसानी के साथ ICC के साथ।
ICC इमिग्रेशन की RD, MD और उनकी प्रोफेशनल टीम हेड ऑफिस मिसिसागा से आपको सर्व कर रही हैं। बिजनेस वीजा, स्टूडेंट वीजा, वर्क परमिट, स्पॉन्सरशिप या किसी भी अप्रूव कैटेगरी में आप अपने प्यारों को कनाडा बुलाना चाहते हैं तो अभी कॉल कर लें 905-461-2424। It's 905-461-2424।
ICC Immigration.
The law professionals at TM Law, providing professional services in the GTA in the areas of civil litigation, criminal defense, family matters, and real estate. Serving the community in English, Punjabi, Hindi, and Urdu. For more information, call Tahir Majid, barrister and solicitor at 647-838-4773, or you can visit tahirlaw.ca.
Since 1993, MWC food banks have provided individuals and families with non-perishable food, halal meat, and essential household items. We have a special focus on the needs of our children. Over 10,000 families across Canada rely on MWC food banks to supplement their food requirements. We serve in Scarborough, Mississauga, and in First Nations communities in Ontario, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. Your generosity can literally change lives. It's time now, more than ever, to look after your neighbor. Charity starts at home. Please donate generously to Muslim Welfare Canada Emergency COVID-19 Food Fund. Call 1-866-754-3111 or visit mwcanada.org.
Discussing a very important matter, COVID-19, and after break we want to discuss the Roman Baber. He was the part of the Ford caucus and he was removed there, and there are reasons behind, and definitely I want to listen first from the Khalid Rashid that Khalid, why Roman Baber was removed from the caucus? What are the reasons behind?
So, Arif, basically, it's not that Mr. Baber was somewhat. Here's the thing: in our caucus, we all have our differences of opinion, and that's everyone's right. I mean, even in a family, you may have differences of opinion, but at the end of the day, you basically come together, you make a decision, and then you basically go out there and try your very best to make sure that people understand why we are doing this thing. We had several conversations, if I must say, like almost every other day, where the doctors will come, they will give us they will present the data, the numbers, and then we will question them. I have questioned the doctors, Dr. David William, Dr. Yaffe, Dr. Brown, many times. I have questioned them about lockdowns. I've questioned them about why Peel region is in lockdown and Halton is not in lockdown, because living in Peel region, I know you just cross the street on the other side and you are in Halton region. Like, we are somewhat like all the cities are connected. So every caucus member, and again, I would say that the Premier Ford has always given a great opportunity and a platform for its members, the caucus members, to express their opinion. And sometimes you will see that not everybody will agree to certain decisions, but at the end of the day, we are a big family and we are always united, because again, when we talk about this COVID-19 crisis, it's something that, again, even the doctors have said that, look, it's on a day-to-day basis. When Dr. David William, when he comes and presents, he says, okay, this is the data from the like yesterday, day before yesterday. The government of Ontario presents the number of cases on daily basis. Now, when we talk about the doctors, when they come and they present their data, we cannot, like, especially when we are talking about the frontline healthcare workers, as my good friend Tanya mentioned, that look, so people are dying of COVID-19. I have few of extended family members who have had COVID-19, this virus, and it's a very terrible when you are on ventilators and you don't know whether you're going to be alive or not. So during this crisis, especially, we should be standing behind our frontline healthcare workers. We should be standing behind our doctors. Even the Canadian Mental Health Organization, I was looking at their message 2 days ago, and they said that Mr. Baber numbers that he presented were not accurate. So again, it's everybody has an opportunity to present. And again, you, especially during this time, we all should be standing with our frontline healthcare workers.
Khalid, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So the question is that the caucus members have the right to disagree with Premier Ford or not? So, because it looks like again, yes, anybody can disagree with the data which is provided by the doctor, and if either he's a part of the caucus or out of the caucus. So do he has that right or not? That's my question is actually.
Again, as I said to you, that when we are having a constructive conversations, there are many opinions that come during our caucus meeting. It's not that there are no everybody is towing the same line. That's just even in our own family, we have difference of opinion. My 12-year daughter has a difference of opinion than my 8-year-old daughter. So there are always opinions are there. What I'm saying is that especially during this time when we know that this virus is something very real, it's not the right approach to go out there and start challenging our doctors and giving misinformation, when especially that it's not something that, again, Khalid Rashid is not a doctor.
Let me take this question to the Tanya. Tanya, how you see that is a freedom of speech is really challenging here. Do you see that if anybody within the Ford government, if raise their voices, this is a message given by the Premier Ford that anybody challenging my decisions or my caucus decision, he will be out. So that's something you see outside?
I think it was very clear. Roman Baber posted the letter in the early hours of Friday, January 15th, within an hour or so, he was undemocratically removed from caucus. Okay, and Ford has that authority, I suppose, or the caucus can make whatever motions together to remove him or not. But that comes down to this: what kind of respect do we have for democracy if this democratically elected member of provincial parliament, who is elected by the good people of York Centre, who his job is to represent their voice, if he has people, his constituents, day after day coming in, crying, pleading with them, please end the lockdown, my business is dying, please end the lockdown, my mental health is deteriorating, please end the lockdown, my children need to learn, they need to go to school, our mental health is suffering. Of course he should be able to bring that. And it's his job not to toe the party line, it's his job to represent his constituents. Now, I appreciate that, yes, behind closed doors, caucus meets and we hash things out. But if he, out of good conscience and out of due respect to those who he's charged to represent, puts out a statement questioning the rationale of certain things, I don't think that it was right. I definitely disagree. It was very authoritarian to just throw him out like that. It's a disrespect to democracy. And especially in this time, if we're, concerned about health of people, we don't want to be playing politics in a time where we're having a state of emergency. This is not the priority right now. Mr. Baber should have his voice. Let him say what he has to say. He's not alone in that. There are, hundreds or thousands of doctors, globally who've signed the Great Barrington Declaration concerned about all sorts of measures that have been implemented. Many doctors have said the lockdowns are not good. They do not stop the transmission of the virus and are questioning that. So it's not unusual to have some kind of dissent in opinion. And no, I don't agree with that he was thrown out, but good for Mr. Baber for sticking to his guns. And it's a sad day that not one of his caucus members stuck up for him.
So do you not think that as a member of this caucus, he have to discuss within the party those issues instead of bringing out on the media and everywhere? Yes, he raised his voice and the premier have to listen to him. That's okay. But do you not think it is also some time for the decorum, for the discipline of the party, that people have to talk inside?
Again, we're in the middle of an emergency situation. People are locked down in their homes. They're told to stay home. This is not a time to play politics. This is a time to, in fact, we need greater democracy. I mean, people can't even, we were seeing people can't even worship at their places of worship before, or else they'll get arrested or fined. There are atrocious things happening, a lot of infringements on our civil liberties across this country, and especially in Ontario. So no, I don't think this is a time to play politics.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So Khalid, you want to add anything, or I will move to the other questions?
No, I mean, I'm just going to say that every caucus member has the opportunity to express their concerns. And at the end of the day, Mr. Babar had full opportunity. And then once we make a decision, we make a decision as a team. And Premier Ford, to his credit, has always said to his caucus members and that, express your concerns. And he's somebody, even if I want, I can call him at 11:30 at night, and he will pick up his phone and talk to me and address my concerns. So again, every caucus member has the opportunity to speak, and we all speak. Nobody is stopping our voice or our concerns during caucus meetings.
So Khalid, there's a suggestion that one of the professors sent it to me. He said that why not the Ontario government and the federal government they come together and they start called Canada Senior Family Benefits, just like the child tax benefit we have. Something like that one. So to those families who want to care and who wants to stay with their senior in their home, and they want to take care of because there are a lot of immigrants families in the Canada who have this system. They know very well that system, and I know that there are a lot of people, seniors are still living with their children in the immigrants families, especially from China, India, Pakistan, those all Arab countries. You will find those. Why are you guys not thinking about that, sharing this responsibility of the seniors to the families who want to take care of their loved ones?
I must say that I'm very proud to say that my parents, they live with me, and definitely, I mean, this is something that we can ask the federal government to see how they can provide some support. But from a provincial perspective, in our last budget that was presented back in November, we did say that if seniors who are living, or if you have parents who are living, there is a certain amount of credit that you will be getting in terms of renovation or to provide support to seniors or your parents. But again, I mean, the federal government should definitely see what they can do. From a provincial perspective, we presented a $38 billion budget, which was something that has never been done in this province, especially during this COVID time. But again, I'm sure there is a partnership that can be done between the federal and the provincial government.
Thank you, both of you. We will discuss a very important matter, and I really appreciate your time, both of you. And thank you very much for joining the Community Talk. So viewers, you saw that we will discuss a very important matters today about the COVID-19, that how our government is really doing well. They're trying their best. And our MPPs, our MNAs, they all are doing well. They are trying their best, both on the federal level as well as on the Ontario levels. And you know that COVID-19 is a disease, is a pandemic, is all over the world, and people are suffering. People have mental issues, people have financial issues, but we all have to come together, and we have to come together and help each other and resolve this issue. Inshallah, Arif Jahangiri will be back again next week with some important topic. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
ख्वाबों का घर यूं ही नहीं मिलता, परादिन मेहनत और रिसर्च करना पड़ती है। ऐसा घर जहां खुशियां अपनों को ढूंढती हो, जहां हर खिड़की से आने वाले कल की किरणें झांकती हो, फिर क्यों हम किसी राह चलते पर भरोसा करें?
Just call 647-518-3000. Tabish Tawfiq, a truly professional realtor.
रोशन मुस्तकबिल और अपनों का साथ जन्नत से कम नहीं। आप भी कनाडा को अपना घर बना सकते हैं। ग्रीन स्टार इमिग्रेशन सॉल्यूशंस के रेगुलेटेड कैनेडियन इमिग्रेशन कंसल्टेंट शहबाज अकबर के साथ मास्टर ऑफ बिजनेस क्लास इमिग्रेशन, एक्सप्रेस एंट्री, स्किल क्लास इमिग्रेशन, रेफ्यूजी क्लेम्स एंड फैमिली स्पॉन्सरशिप्स। So call now at 416-508-3989. Green Star Immigration Solutions Canada. It's never too late to follow your dreams.
If you are looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Z Auto Center for your foreign and domestic vehicles. Here at Z Auto Center, we pride ourselves in being professional, reliable, and affordable. Our certified technicians have years of experience working on all types of vehicles. Special packages for Uber, Lyft, taxi, and driving school car safety inspection. Winter, summer, and all-season tire packages available. Best selection of used cars for sale. We are family-owned and operated business located at 3670 St. Clair Avenue East, just east of Midland Avenue in Scarborough. Call us today at 416-462-3050 or visit zautocenter.com.
Dixie Electronics and Appliances is your #1 destination for electronics and appliances. Choose from TVs and home audio that will entertain your whole family, to home comfort essentials for your living space, and a wide selection of appliances to build your perfect kitchen. From selection to delivery, Dixie Electronics is everything you need. Price match guarantee and 0% financing available, all under one roof. Come today at 5120 Dixie Road, Mississauga, or visit the website at dixieelectronics.ca.
Are you planning on buying, selling, or investing in real estate and looking for a reliable real estate broker? Then look no further. Call Noma today. List your home and start packing. Honest, reliable, and a top negotiator. Give your attention to Noma. Over 10 years of Canadian real estate market experience. Invest in new construction projects with day one price. Call Noma Bobber today at 647-962-0007.
Greenish hand sanitizer, ना oily, ना sticky, ना बदबू और मुकम्मल absorption और हाथ नरम, मुलायम और साफ। आज ही अपनी करीबी फार्मेसी से खरीदें या हमारी वेबसाइट पर ऑर्डर करें www.greenish.com.
If you are looking for a reliable, professional, and affordable travel agency in your town, then your search is over. Global Travel and Tours is your personal travel partner. We are the #1 pilgrimage specialist for Hajj, Umrah, as well as ziyarats to Iran and Iraq. Global Travel and Tours is a one-stop solution for your travel, immigration, and Forex needs. We are IATA approved agents and an authorized Umrah agent. To book your holiday or Umrah package, please give us a call right now at 1-877-275-3555.
GTA Real Estate Investments. Pre-construction or resale. Consult trusted realtors. Get first access and incentives. Contact Khalid Aziz or Mashood Khalid, 647-865-2949.
कोविड-19 का हल सिर्फ आपके पास है। घर पर रहें और अगर आपको बुखार या दूसरी अलामत है तो दूसरों से दूर रहें। बाहर के अफराद से 2 मीटर का फासला रखें, चाहे वो खानदान के हों या करीबी दोस्त। ऑफिस और पब्लिक प्लेसेस पर मास्क पहने, वक्फे से हाथ धोएं, ऑनलाइन सेल्फ असेसमेंट करें और जरूरत पड़ने पर टेस्ट करवाएं। फैलाव की रोकथाम के लिए हमारा फर्ज अभी मुकम्मल नहीं हुआ। हम एक दूसरे के ताउन से सबकी हिफाजत यकीनी बना सकते हैं। मजीद जानने के लिए ontario.ca/coronavirus पर विजिट कीजिए।
I help clients with their legal protection, but I haven't done any estate or tax-free retirement planning for myself.
With the recent changes, I wish I could minimize taxes and plan for a tax-free retirement income.
For over 18 years, Zahid Syed of Arush Financial has been giving business owners and professionals sound advice on tax reduction, life and health insurance, and estate planning strategies.
Act now, I can help.